Well, just really, really amazing season. I'm proud of our team. 13-0. It's just been a special year. It's been a historic year. I mean, these guys. We always have our team goals, but we sat down and we talked about some kind of goals within the goals. And these guys have done an amazing job of working toward those things. I mean, just unbelievable. I've never really been a part of a team like this. The consistent leadership and the focused leadership that we've had has been really special. And, just for this seniors, their accomplishment, 53 wins now, and obviously to win 4 in a row, it's special. So, and I'm happy for our fans, for them to be able to see this and be a part of it. As I said out on the field, this is 10 years ago, this was an emotional night for me, very emotional night, because I got the opportunity to be the head coach at Clemson on this day. And 10 years later, it's still an emotional night for different reasons. But it's just amazing the journey that we've been on. And as I told the team, we're not in this position if it wasn't what took place before us. That team in 15 and 16 and 17 to give this team that opportunity. So just an awesome night. We got one goal left, and that's to try to win our closer. And we'll go to work on that right away. I'm not sure where we're going to go or any of that stuff. But I thought the game itself, it was a lot of fun, sloppy, grindy, awful footing, just wet, but just a lot of fun. And, give Pitt a lot of credit. Congratulations to them, too, for winning their division and getting here tonight. I know it was a great experience for them. We were fortunate that we were able to kind of get a fast start and a quick lead, but they did not quit. They continued to play tough all the way to the end. But for us to be able to run the ball for 300 yards, a lot of credit to this guy next to me. What a year he's had. It's been special to watch Travis blossom into the player that he is, but he took it over for us. That offensive line, we had no turnovers and rushed for 300 yards. So we made just enough plays in the passing game. And then, defensively, 3 turnovers, 2 of them set us up for one-play scores. We settled in nicely on the run game there in the second half. They had 8 yards passing. So just a hard-fought game. And like I said, a gritty game. And our guys were focused and ready to go. And a lot of fun in that locker room. It never gets old coming up here. Being a part of a special celebration. You never know when you're going to get another opportunity to be a part of something like this. We started 122 days ago, and we kind of had that countdown going all year. And these guys have been the epitome of the commitment that we talked about back on August 1st. So just really proud of our team. I'm really just thankful for the opportunity to be a part of it. Our staff is amazing. And, our fans, just awesome. What an environment that we had tonight. Appreciate Charlotte and the venue that we have. It was a great evening.
Questions, raise your hand. Let's get the handheld mic to you. Front row.
Mitch Northam. I'm from Pittsburgh Sports Now. Coach, you're only the second team this year to run for more than 300 yards against Pitt. I mean, coming into this, what did you kind of see that led you to believe that you could kind of maybe expose them there?
Well, we weren't really sure coming into it. I mean, they're really good. They forced the issue. That's kind of what I told our guys. Is this wasn't going to be a 15-round deal? They don't get in the ring and dance around and then pop out and then get out and let the clock run, and they're a knock you out or you knock them out type of team. They're in your face, toe to toe, but they challenge you. The safeties are downhill, the backers are downhill, but we fit some things up. We opened up the game with a little outside zone, and that was about as well blocked a play as we've had all year. And then he just made a great run. He did a great job of stretching it and setting the blocks. We got some good blocks downfield, and. But they did a good job. They settled in. We just hit some big plays on them in the run game. But then with the type of game that it was, I mean, it was just we mishandled a few balls, we missed a few throws. We just kind of hung in there with it, and our OL kind of took it over, and then these backs, all the way down to the end. It was great to see Adam, break that long one at the end. But we just kind of did what we've done all year, and we just stuck with our zone and our counter scheme. We mixed in a little bit of outside zone, but we danced with who brung us. That's what we did, and we were able to win the matchup up front.
Middle of the room.
Hey, Coach, Jim Morrison, WGNC Radio. You mentioned the journey, and you've had a lot of good ones over the last couple of years. How special was this one to be able to get to 13-0?
It's really just indescribable. I mean, I've been doing this a long time now, and the years just kind of, it becomes a blur. I got into coaching in 1993, and then I got this job 10 years ago today. I can't even believe I've been the head coach 10 years here. And this is my 16th year overall at Clemson. And I came here thinking I'll be here a year, 2 years, and here I am. It's just crazy. But that was God's plan for me, and I'm just so thankful. And what was accomplished this year, I mean, these guys won 11 games by 20 points or more. We set the school record for touchdowns, offensive touchdowns. That offense we had in 16 was pretty good. And these guys shattered it tonight. And we still got more games, hopefully 2 more games. And most of these guys are back on offense next year. I mean, we've got an unbelievably special group. But what I love more than anything is just coming to work every day and knowing that you're around good people. People who really care about what you're doing. They're passionate about it. And this team has had an unbelievable focus. There's been these guys have just been locked in all year long, and I'm just really. They love each other. They really, really like and appreciate and love each other. It's a very close football team. Our practices, it's just no nonsense, because it can be a grind. I mean, there's a lot of monotony and what you got to do to get ready week in and week out, and every week we've been favored by a lot and all that stuff. It don't matter. I mean, these guys just get ready as if we're playing the Saints every week. That's just kind of the mindset of these guys. They want to play well. And so it's been great. My word for the year has been joy all year. And I've had so much joy with this team. Just incredible joy in the journey. Because that's, at the end of the day, that's what it all comes down to. I'm going to miss these guys. I mean, I love these guys. And got a lot of guys. This is the most seniors class I've ever had, most veterans I've ever had on a team. And, man, to be a part of their lives for, 4 and 5 years and to see the transformation and to see them achieve what they've achieved it's just incredible. I know, as a grown man, I know what that's going to mean to them down the road. I mean, for them, this is just kind of a cool moment in life, and they just this is just who they are and what they're doing. But, man, I know what it's going to mean to them when they're 35 and when they're 40 and down the road, and when they have a chance to really reflect, because it's going to be the relationships, it's going to be the journey that they're going to remember. I went last night, we went to the banquet, and they had all those legends up there. And I'm talking about guys that had done amazing things in the game of football, and they talked about this time in their lives. And these are the relationships that they'll have forever. And very few people get an opportunity to experience what I've been able to experience and what these guys have been able to experience. And if you just look around for some perspective, ironically, I've seen it on both sides, because I was at Alabama in 93, 94, 95, and 96 when we lost to the Gators. Coach Spurrier reminded me of that. So it's good to be on the other side of it. But it hasn't been done. It hasn't been done since then. No Power 5 team has done it. And so it's incredibly difficult to have the type of consistency that we've had. And so it just takes good people. You got to have good players, but you got to have good people. And that's what we try to do. We try to recruit people first, players second. When I went to Jennings, Louisiana, and I sat over in his grandmama's house, and his mom was there, and his sister, and his little brother. And, I mean, I just knew. I was like, this is a special young man. And to see him, come in here and do what he's done, and to be so humble about it. He doesn't even really know that he's a great player. He just kind of goes about his business and loves his teammates, and so it's been special, unbelievable journey. I'll never ever forget it. And again, this is an awesome moment. This is great. This is special to be able to stand on the stage and hold the trophy and all that. But man, it's the practices, it's the grind in August, and it's those meetings. It's our Friday night meetings. It's the bus rides. That's the stuff. It's the guys messing around and having fun. Those are the things that you always remember.
Second row to our right.
Hey, Coach Swinney, Chris Idell from Herbertson Radio. How special was it tonight to share it with your son on the stage, and your family after everything was done?
Yeah, well, if you go back and watch my press conference from 10 years ago on this day, you'll see my sweet wife who's here, Kathleen, and my mom. They were there that day. But if you go back and look at that, it's hilarious because it's the epitome of my children. Will, my oldest, he was kind of on the edge of his seat. He's 10. He's listening to everything Dad said. He's kind of my shadow. He's a mini me. And then Drew, he's kind of laid back like this, like, this is great, but it's all good. He's just kind of cool. And then Clay, my baby, he's knocked out asleep, like could care less what's going on, and that is like the epitome of my three children. And so 10 years later, I mean, if you go back and you freeze that moment, because as you get older, like you don't really feel any different. It just seems like yesterday. But if that moment's frozen in my mind, and now 10 years later, Will and Drew are on the team. And to see them be a part of it, it's just incredible. And Clay's over there working for me on the sideline and was actually awake for all 4 quarters. And it's just amazing. Special as a parent to be able to share that with your children and to see